This video is brought to you by Show Your Roll and Studio 540. Rafael, you had a very interesting training camp for this event. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Man, it was amazing. Couldn't have gone better. It all took place in my academy in Oklahoma City. I have Justin Rader and Jared Dopp also competing here, and so we had a lot of that ADCC vibe going on. It wasn't just me preparing by myself, and they have a lot of ADCC experience as well. We all competed together here last time in 2013, and so it was perfect. We started getting ready about 6 weeks out. Really hard training picked up, and I took advantage of being in Oklahoma and made frequent trips to Stillwater to train at OSU at the legendary wrestling room there, one of the top wrestling schools ever in history, and trained with a lot of national champions, All-Americans there, and some of them actually came to Oklahoma City as well to train with me in my school. I had Shanji Hibero there for a whole week. That's my brother. We go way back, and he has so much experience, two-time ADCC champ, and so I had him to help sharpen the Jiu-jitsu as well, and also I was very happy to have Braulio Stima come visit. I have a lot of respect for Braulio. We're good friends. We trained together for the first time back when we were brown belts. So we go way back, and he's, one of the most deadliest submission fighters there ever has been. Absolute champ, super fight champ. So he brought a lot of experience to the camp as well, and I had him and Shanji there at the same time. So, I'm going 20 minutes with Braulio, I'm going 20 minutes with Shanji, I'm going 20 minutes with Dopp. I got the wrestlers. It was insane. So I definitely feel like I'm in the best shape of my life, the most prepared I possibly could be, and my jiu-jitsu is better than ever. I'm ready to show it.
It's pretty rare to have guys from another team, like Braulio coming from Gracie Barra, to train with you. Do you feel like competing in ADCC kind of transcends the team divisions?
Maybe a little bit. I think there's a certain amount of respect and mutual admiration that you develop for these guys that we've been going to battle against each other for over a decade. You know what I mean? My generation of guys, and there's so many times I look back and at the competition's over or whatever, I watch and man, I'm such a fan of that guy. I'd love to train with him. You know what I mean? It's about getting better. It's about learning. And Braulio has a similar body type to me and just an amazing game that I'm so intrigued by. And so this was actually a long time in the making. We have been trying to get together for several years. I wanted to bring him out. He did a seminar while he was at my school. And obviously I want my students to learn from other people as well, to get a different perspective and different ideas. So I've been talking to him for several years, man, when you're in the States, let me know, let's set up a seminar. But usually he only comes to the States whenever he's about to do a competition, and so his schedule is hectic and he has to focus on competing. But this time he was coming into the States, and he was free, and he let me know, yeah, I'm going to be available. And I said, well, let's make it happen. And it just so happened that it worked out to be a part of the ADCC camp. That was kind of destiny that it worked out that way. So, but it was perfect. He did so many things I hadn't seen or felt before, so it was an awesome way to prepare for the unexpected at ADCC, and I definitely would love to have him out again. For me, it's just about learning and getting better, and it doesn't matter what team you're from, jiu-jitsu. So let's all try to get together when you can.
I like that. One of the things we've seen recently is a lot of development of leg locks in jiu-jitsu, a lot of crazy heel hook stuff. Is that something you pay attention to and that you train and that you've been working on yourself?
I definitely pay attention, for sure. In the gi, I don't like the leg lock position so much because I feel like it's too easy to get stuck, and you can hold sleeves, you can't really roll out because of the pants, and it becomes just like a 50-50 position where we're just stuck. And so it stalls things out, and I hate the feeling of not being able to progress in the movement and things like that. I love to move, so I try to avoid all positions where I could get stuck and tied up. No gi, however, it's much different. I really don't do any leg locks in the gi. But no gi, I like to, I'm not like a leg lock specialist by any means, but, I'm not scared to go for them, and I want to be comfortable in those positions because of the evolution of the game. For sure, everyone's going to end up matched with someone that has dangerous leg locks. You know, here it's very common. And when you need a submission, you know, that's the easiest thing to go for. So guys can be a little reckless, you know, people that maybe some of the guys that you don't really know too much about, they just want to surprise you with a leg lock attack. So I try to, you know, put myself in those positions, and, you know, Braulio has a very strong leg lock game, so it's great to train with him. Myself and Shanji, we were really analyzing the positions and working a lot. So, you know, I'm prepared to deal with it and try to use it to my advantage as well. But definitely I think, you know, you're going to see a lot of heel hooks going on this weekend. 100%. You know, there's going to be a heel hook and wrestling event.
Cool. Last question for you. You've won most of the major titles out there. ADCC is the one that's eluded you. So how important is the title to you?
Man, you know, obviously that's what I dream about. You know, it's been a goal of mine since I was a young kid. You know, I remember, you know, I used to go to California and train at the Machado Academy. And I remember like 99, you know, being out there. I'm like 16 years old, 98, I'm like 15 years old. And, you know, seeing Hegan and Rico Rodriguez and some of the guys getting ready for it, Jean-Jacques. You know, they were working there wrestling with Rico Ciparelli back then. And, you know, I was just a kid, and the tournament had such a mystique about it because it was in Abu Dhabi at that point. You heard about the Sheik and the big prize money and everything, and you know, there was no stream back then. You guys weren't around, and you know, there wasn't even DVDs of those events coming out. You know what I mean? It was like VHS tapes maybe came out years later. So you know, it was just like this mysterious thing that that really like was kind of like I was in awe of, you know, and I was like, man, one day hopefully I can compete there. And you know, now this is my 5th time. It is the one title that I don't have. You know, I don't feel that pressure, that stress though. You know, like I'm coming back from an injury, a surgery that I had at the end of last year that put me out, you know, pretty good for like several months, and was a whole process, you know, to get over and get healthy again. And so I have a whole new perspective. You know, I used to think like it wasn't good to just be happy to be there, and that you know, it's all about winning. You know what I mean? But now, you know what? I'm chill. Like, I am happy to be here. I'm so thankful to have this opportunity to get to travel the world, compete and do what I love. This is my passion. There's nothing else I'd rather do. There's no other place I'd rather be than going to war with these guys. And you know, I prepare myself 100%. I'm confident, more confident than ever, and I see myself winning for sure. And you know, it'll be amazing to be able to say I'm 2015 ADCC champion and finally, you know, achieve that goal. But really, I'm just going to have a lot of fun. Every match, I'm going to love 100%, and I'm ready for everything. And, you know, let's do it.
Awesome. We're happy to have you here, and best of luck.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it.
Watch the 2015 ADCC World Championships live pay-per-view broadcast August 29th and 30th exclusively at BudoVideos.com/ADCC 2015.